We're back here on TV 18. Keith is hanging out with us talking mountain bikes. You brought one. Tell me about it. It's a nice looking bike.
Yeah, this is one of the Trek bikes.
Okay.
It's the Fuel EX. It's one of their nicer bikes. It's a trail bike. So it's designed to pedal uphill, pedal downhill.
That's good.
But it gives you a lot of travel, which just means it has shocks front and rear.
Okay.
And I thought we'd talk a little bit here about just a couple of principal things.
Perfect.
That for anybody who has a bike that I see, these are some key things you need to have set up in the shop. Or, you know, if you're mechanically inclined or read the manual, you can do these all yourself.
Okay, but go to the shop and they'll help you out. So
absolutely.
What do we got?
One of the things very important. Yeah, a lot of the bikes now, front and rear shocks. You got a shock on the back.
Okay.
Got a fork on the front. Very similar to like a motorcycle.
Okay.
But it's very important that you have these things set up properly. Otherwise, they're going to be too stiff and you're going to bounce around. The bike won't handle properly. Or they're going to be too soft and it's just going to feel like you're out there just kind of cruising down the road. Which is fine if you're on the beer cruise. That's fine.
But, which is what I do, but not necessarily on a trail.
Yeah. So a couple of things is, you know, whether you're demoing a bike or you're purchasing it yourself, all these things should be set up. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. You've got the ability to set things up. You can see there's a little rubber band right here. You look at that gauge. That gauge is in percentage. What we do is we actually have you sit on the bike. And while Mike's shooting that shock will flex down here a little bit. And then that's going to set a mark. And what we're doing is setting sag. So there's a certain percentage that we want you when you sit on this that needs to go into the travel. And we're going to be at about 20 or 25%. That allows us to do that there. We've got a gauge we'll put on the front fork. That I didn't bring, but it'll go right on here. And you can see this fork moved up and down a little bit.
So same bike, but different body type is going to have a different setting for each different shock that you have here.
Sure. You get somebody that comes in that they're 6'3" and 160 pounds. Is going to be a whole lot different. The guy that's 6'3" and 220.
Totally. Okay.
They can ride this.
That's important. What else we got?
Another thing that's going to be important is you want to always make sure that your seat or your pedaling position is correct. And you can get very exact with that. Like when we do bike fits, we're going to actually measure ankle angles, knee angles, and hip angles. And it'll be a little bit of flexibility. If you don't have a lot of flexibility, you got a bad back, we're going to sit you a little more upright. But the main thing is you want to set your pedal up here. But one of the general rules of thumb, if you just don't have anything else to do, sit on the bike, have somebody brace it for you, put your heels on the pedal, spin it backwards, and you should be able to, your legs should just barely go straight. And you shouldn't rock your hips. And that'll get your pedaling position. That's probably about 90% correct. Which will get you a really good spot. But always do that regardless if you're renting a bike or at your own.
Because you don't want your knees up in your face.
Oh, absolutely. And you don't want to get it to where you're reaching for the pedal. Otherwise, you're just wasting energy.
So seat and pedals, good. Anything else?
Anything else? You just want to be able to reach up, grab the brake levers nice and easy. You want to have your wrist straight. When you're on the bike. So if I'm sitting on this, my wrist wants to be straight. Otherwise, if it's bent, then I'm going to hit a bump. That's going to bend, or I'm going to go over the top. And you want to have, your fingers should just lay right on top of your brake levers. If they're too high, I'm going to come like this. It's going to bend my wrist. I'm going to get a little carpal tunnel. I'm not going to hold on as well. Or here, now my finger's there. It's a natural position. When I do need to stop, it's right there, and I'm not thinking of where the brakes are. And that'll get you to where it'll really ride well and ride safe for you, and you'll have a great time. Absolutely.
And you do this for everyone who comes in the shop?
Yeah, everybody that demos a bike, we're going to set the suspension, we're going to set the seat height, we'll set the brakes, and if we need to, we'll even reposition the handlebars so it fits you properly.
Awesome. And then you can buy the bike after you've had a great time.
Absolutely. That's what we want you to do. Maybe you can buy two.
Have you ridden this bike specifically?
Yes, I've ridden this. This rides really well. It's very smooth, it's very stable, but on the other hand, it's very predictable. And it turns sharp when you want it to. But it's just really smooth and climbs well. So you can take a novice and make them an intermediate.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Tell me how much this bike retails for.
A bike like this is going to be roughly $2,300.
So mid-range for a normal bike, because bikes are expensive.
This would be kind of mid to lower end on this.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll sell bikes up to $15,000.
chump change for people, right?
Oh, yeah, I figured you wanted one. Yeah.
Right, I do. I'm going to come by.
Yeah, part of the perk package for TV18.
Exactly. Mike, did you know that, Mike?
You got to get a better budget.
Thanks so much, Keith, for coming by. This is so awesome to learn, and love that you are so passionate about it. It's great to share with people who are new here and people who are, maybe new to mountain biking. So,
yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. We'll be back here on TV18. Say your website one more time.
WinterParkSkiRental.com.
Great. And Mountain Bike Capital USA.
Correct.
MountainBikeCapitalUSA.com. Check them out. Go visit Keith winter or summer for rentals. He's great. We'll be back. TV18.